Good morning. I wanted to share with you something that I read uh, on my Facebook profile. I last night, because I'm rarely there in the comments, but someone posted on this my video that has, I don't know, about 100k almost views, something like "go kill yourself" or along those lines. And uh, it's so funny because when you know that people who criticize you or have bad comments for you or are in any kind of resistance with you are just people who are crying for your help. Meaning, by the way, this person, I have no idea who is. In the meanwhile, that profile disappeared, so I I didn't go to them. They came to my page with hate and stupid things to say. So that means that I have something that they would like to have more. That's useful for you to know that whoever gives you hard time, uh, whoever annoys you in any way, that just means that you have inside you those traits, but you are denying them. So you are suppressing that part of yourself. Uh, the same goes with what you like in others. You also have that, and you would like to have more of those traits. So the whole journey and whole life that we live is just a reflection of our inner world. When my world was in mess, my life inner world was in mess, my outer world and my life also were mess. And to be honest, when I ponder about my previous identity and how my thought patterns worked, it's a blessing that I'm still here, because I was so limited in my beliefs, so limited in general in most of the things, that me being here speaking to you is a grace of God and life. So don't feel guilty to put whatever time is necessary and needed to become the best possible version of you. Therefore, I wanted to read to you something that I read somewhere, so it's not originally my uh, all that's written, but there are some of my things and something that I read. So shout out to the writer and my parts too. Listen, your own brain make your own life a miracle or a hell. Been there, done that. I went to hell to now living miracle, and I'm on embracing and being the version of myself that I remember my previous self used to be. It's too good to be true. My new identity is, if it's not too good to be true, if it's not too good, I don't want it. If it's not too good, it's not true. So notice the shift. It immediately puts you in a state of being empowered and not accepting less than. So your own brain makes your own life a miracle or a hell. The choice often happens unconsciously, not often, most of the time. because the mind has software for which we are given no instruction manual. Each day your mind works for you or against you. Mine was working against me more than 3 decades, almost 4 decades. One of people I know said, if I wanted to go, let's say, on a romantic date with a new partner, my brain found the way to screw it up. If I had to play an important DJ set to advance my music career, my brain would found a way to sabotage it. So maybe you are noticing the pattern in some things that you are now working on. Most of us have our dopamine system work against us rather than for us. Every day people have conversations in their heads, and if others could hear that conversation, it would sound like the murderers on a death row waiting to be executed. If anyone else said the things that we're telling ourselves, they would be our worst enemy. The cool thing about psychology is that it helps you with traumas and tragedies that happened to you or will happen to you. I mean, let's be honest. We all, when we are signing the contract to come here, have our set of predestined sufferings, tragedies, traumas, and so on and so forth. So learning psychology will help you navigate through this experiences. Study psychology, stop operating on autopilot. You can either remain a slave to the code written in your head, or you can go through the painful experience of learning it, deconstructing it, and reprogramming it. For me, I think that there were no near-death experiences and chronic illness that I, with the grace of God and being backed up by God, didn't overcome. I'm not 100% sure that I could be able to do it on my own. I was literally pushed into all of this because, I don't know, Jesus probably saw my heart and how really good I was, even without knowing how the things work. And he probably blessed me with the knowledge how things work uh, in order to show me the right way. Because as I mentioned many times, I was someone who was putting in the effort beyond what's possible for one woman. I live on a family land, and I remember that one day I was so pissed off because I was doing the work, meaning putting in the labor, doing even exhausting myself, beating myself to the ground. That I remember that day when we had to collect the hay. There were nobody to help me. I mean, there were older family members, but I didn't want to bother them. I remember that guy who were doing and cutting the grass with the machines. He was literally shocked because it was too hot, and I started, I think, about 11 a.m. and I literally didn't stop to drink water until I finished all. I think that it was about 400 of those cubes with grass. I don't know the English name for it, but you get it. At some point, I felt like my heart will stop, and I was like, if it's meant to stop, let it stop, because I was so overwhelmed with knowing and always being the person who never was running away from obligations and from any effort at all, but I simply wasn't literally asking higher powers, am I punished or what? No, I was never punished. I was just unaware of how things work. As I said, if I was in alignment, I would probably do it, I don't know, a few days, and I wouldn't beating myself up. But all of the people in my family were this kind of people who worried and were warriors, but they were always overworking themselves for some bare minimum. So I always knew that something's missing there, that there is some missing point, and as I said, that's why you should see everything that's happening to you as a blessing. Me going through my chronic illness, 2 near-death experiences, and whole bunch of challenging moments was, I now know, the greatest blessing, because I wouldn't learn what's making it so much better, everything so much better. So you either remain a slave to the code, so I was a slave to the code, to generational curses or whatever, written in your head, or you can go through the painful experience of learning it, deconstructing it, and reprogram it. Our attention is the RAM, random access memory. Inside are programs that run us like on Mac, regrets, thoughts, tasks. The brain is a computer designed to be used. The best way through using your creativity, and the best way is through using your creativity and imagination. As the saying goes, action will take you from A to B, imagination will take you everywhere you want. Habits which improve creativity and imagination are A. Less social media, B. Less overthinking, less perfectionism. This was very hard for me. Less procrastination, more walking in nature, more reading, less Netflix, more effort with impulse control. So, yes, it's okay. No one says that action is not required, but aligned action, inspired action, and impulse control. So not to be like I used to be, almost to die in order to do the job. No, that's not the path. That's wasted energy. But inspired action and action from alignment are so-called perfect timing. Always starts being in alignment for you. That's how it feels. And miracles happening all day, every day. And more lifting weights. So your muscles are very important because they help you overcome everything. 99% of people numb themselves from reality, when in fact the superpower comes from embracing it. So the best way through anything is through pain, through fear, through discomfort. Whatever it is that you are fearing the most, go through it. Go through it. The blessing is on the other side of the fear. I mean, I'm the living proof because at the root of all fears is fear of death. Been there, done that. I watched my own death in the eye and I didn't even give a damn. Because why? I'm not giving all credits to me. Yes, I'm brave in nature because many of my ancestors lost their life in wars. My great grandfather were taken away by Nazis when he was only 28 years old, and he left his three sons, small children, 2 to 3 years old, and never came back. He was executed in Germany, and all the men in my family from my mother's side were so brave that literally were razor edge from sanity, insanity, and being brave. So yes, I have courage in my genes, but the moment, that exact moment when I saw my legs and my arms going dark blue, when my life was exiting my body, I knew that there is no room for fear, for crying, for regrets, and that even if I did that, if I started to cry, to scream, to feeling sorry for myself, I wouldn't change nothing. I literally, my father is a retired army man, and I knew that I promised to myself, even when I was a child, no matter when my time is, that I will go like soldier who is returning home and singing his death song. So I didn't, even in the midst of happening, I had a sharp and clear awareness that I don't want to go like some victim who is crying over his destiny. No, I wanted to embrace it, and I knew that if God said now is your time to go, I must go. Uh, uh, I I can't believe that I was so precise and so uh, in a state of letting go of my life, because I knew that whatever I do, if God decided that that's my exit, that's my exit. And I literally stood there. What I was just feeling a little sorry, not a little sorry. I was feeling pain of my mother who stood next to me, and I had understanding, and I was wondering how I would feel if I was watching my child experiencing that. That was the only unpleasant feeling. But what's uh, something that even till this day, that happened 6 years ago, is a literal mystery to me, is that I even felt a kind of relief and ease. I never had some dark thoughts about ending life, or I was never um, drawn to that. None of that. I love life, and I am a person who uh, tries to find light, no matter how dark it is. But what's kind of mysterious is that I felt kind of relief and like I'm going home from some vacation. So I was so close to the other side that this side and this physical realm and life felt like I'm somewhere and now I'm going home. I was so brave that I literally am so proud of myself, because listen, the root of all fears is fear of death, and I faced that raw. unprepared. Yes, I was dealing with chronic illness, but nobody prepared me that my near-death experience will come so fast, because that day something just uh, cut me through half of my stomach, and I in minute after minute was going through crazy shit. So that's why I'm telling you, uh, whatever fear you have is smaller than this fear that I overcame, and that's fear of death. So that's why I'm telling you, whatever it is, go through it. All your blessings are on the other side. Fear of public speaking, speak. I mean, I'm here, and even if only one person is listening, I would still continue to do, because I think, and I'm 100% sure, that part of me still going and spinning around on this rock is to spread the message. So even if one person is listening, I would still talk. Public speaking, nobody taught me that. But if that's my mission and that's my purpose, I'm immediately in a state of flow. I never prepare what I will say, I just do it and allow that same power that backs me up 24/7, as long as I breathe, work through me. So I'm just a channel. Fear of public speaking, speak. Fear of, I don't know, romantic relationships, have more interactions, be open, and always know that if something is not happening the way you want, life has better plan for you. Maybe through the conditioning you have low standards and you are not even aware of what you're capable for. So allow the life to pick and choose for you and go with the flow, always allowing the higher power to express itself through you. And you have that ability always, literally always. So, as I said, the superpower comes from embracing reality. How you embrace reality? Simply facing every circumstance and event and experience as it comes, allowing it, being separate from it, from every experience, knowing that you are not the experience, you are the experiencer. So when we were born, we were free. Society, culture, and schools teach us how to think. They don't teach you what to think, and it's very important what to think, because how Viktor Frankl said, the person who has strong what and why will overcome anyhow. I mean, we all know the story of Viktor Frankl and the book, famous book, The Man in Search for Meaning. They restrict our thinking and place a limiting wall on our consciousness. So, veil on our consciousness. So you either become a machine yourself, or you remain a cog in someone else. Embrace fear is sign of growth. So what setbacks that run or ruin? No, I didn't read this correctly. Embrace fear is sign of growth, so that setbacks that will ruin most people are not possible for you. I read somewhere, I think that David Guion had been robbed about some huge money, millions are, and when his assistant informed him that someone through some fraud did that, his first impulse was to scream, to yell, to lose his shit, but he said, I just paused and said, I'll call you later. And then he literally returned to that inner power. And I think that something amazing happened after it. Even his wife at that time was in awe how he handled that calmly. That's the people who embrace fear and unpleasant situations and losses by knowing that whatever is happening is for their highest good, even these kind of things, losing millions or I don't know, all the things that people are going through, navigating through this journey. Reconnecting with this inner power and being able to face the fears makes you unstoppable power that can't be ruined, what most people are ruined with. Foundational levels and level of our psychology are our beliefs. So you have belief, thought, and action. Developmental liquidity. Easy change your mind when new information come to you. So be the person who learns easy. So that's open mind, it's not closed mind. Things you believed years ago are no longer true. I mean, not just things you believed years ago. Things I believed 10 minutes ago may not work anymore for me, as well as I am under no obligation to be the same person I was 5 minutes ago. And that's so hard for people from your environment to swallow, because people who know a previous version of you and your old identity might be triggered if they didn't do the work, because previous version of you was better for them, so to say. That's why you should never feel sorry for some relationships and connections that are no longer part of your life, because that's how it goes. If you did the work and you are improving and those stayed somewhere down below, you will meet others and they will remain. I mean, everyone has a choice. What's also blocking many people is that they like to be married to pain, and being married to pain is destructive. People fall in love with their pain. They can't leave the pain behind. Me and my story. Okay, bro, do something with your story or forget about it. It happened 100 years ago. That's victimhood. Pity parties. Run away from pity parties. They spread all over with the speed of light. Run away from pity parties. For these people, pain became excuse for be and to remain where they are. Instead of doing that, take your limitations and allow them to make you underdog everyone loves. I am an underdog that everyone loves and everyone will love. Why? I finally love myself unconditionally, unapologetically. The news and social media make modern life look like a nightmare. Chaos is our default reality. Without chaos, we wouldn't exist. We wouldn't exist if it weren't for chaos. The trick isn't to avoid it or wish it away, it's to embrace it. when you embrace the chaos, everything makes more sense and you learn to operate from flow state despite the chaos. In summer, in spring, in winter and fall. Look how beautiful this post is. I'm in this picture of this brother who is reinventing himself, rewiring his brain. So this is my page. Shift your identity. How to become anything? Just be it, bro. Just be it. People often say how to, I don't know, embrace the millionaire identity. Well, do more of the things that billionaire or millionaire would do. Facing any choice or choosing what to do next, as Bashar said, always choose what that new version of you, empowered, successful, rich, happy, healthy, in love, would do. So forget about everything that was previous you and what didn't work, and forget about the stories what didn't work. Just embrace. That's kind of like fake it till you make it, but you can't fake it if you're not feeling it. You must embrace it inside. Why for most people law of attraction, affirmations and all that stuff aren't working, and they even think that all of that is woo-woo shit, because nothing of that really works if you didn't do the inner work. So if you don't know how to down-regulate yourself and to really all that you are affirming feels natural to you, it will really sound like BS. I mean, if you're broke and have no penny to pee in, and you affirm, I'm a billionaire, of course that your mind will go like, bro, shut the fuck up, we are brokies. First, do the inner work in order that everything that you're affirming feels natural and isn't causing resistance in you. That's how you do the identity shift. It all comes down to our nervous system. If you don't know how to down-regulate yourself, that was very challenging for me, because from the moment I was placed on this earth,